Before I begin, I just want to let you know Honchkrow is currently holding the Lucky Egg, so that way it can catch up to Torterra's level a little bit quicker. Okay, with that being said, let's fight this police officer since I didn't get a chance to fight him last video since I was running out of time. Anyway, in the news today, a Pokemon Presents video has been announced. This will air on the 27th, and it's going to be 25 minutes long. Okay, if it's going to be that long, then odds are, looks like we're in for something great. I don't know what's going to be featured in that video, but whatever it is, hopefully it's something that'll satisfy a lot of us. Okay, the reason why it just said it's super effective is because Noctowl is part psychic in this game, in addition to being part flying. That's a strange case of coincidence, since back in part 40, I was briefly talking about Noctowl. Okay, so as for the Pokemon Presents video, I take it the majority of the people out there are expecting the video to present the DLC for Scarlet and Violet, since as far as new games go, it seems to me that it's a little bit too early for new Pokemon games to be revealed, since Scarlet and Violet have been out for 3 months already. So it's very unlikely that Game Freak is going to announce new Pokemon games. Although they can still present new Pokemon spin-off games, since they're best known for doing that. Okay, this guy, this jogger, I can only fight him during the morning hours, so I'll have to come back here when it is morning. Okay, yeah, this Leopard Berry, good thing I'm able to grab it. But as for the berry that was over here, it's gone since I spent quite a bit of time on Route 212. Oh yes, I don't think I got to talk about how the time of days work in this generation, so I guess I'll go over that real quick. Okay, so in this generation, the morning hours are from 4 a.m. through 9:59 a.m. The daytime hours are from 10 a.m. through 7:59 p.m. And the night hours are from 8 p.m. through 3:59 a.m. Okay, it's kind of strange how the morning hours start at 4 a.m. in Generation 4, since in real life the sun is not even up during that time. I mean, I should know since every now and then I am up at that time, and yeah, the sun does not come out during that time. I don't know if this happens in other parts of the world. If so, then I'm not really sure where that is. But as for the daytime hours, personally, I think 12 p.m. would be a perfect start for the day to begin in Generation 4, since technically 10 a.m. is still considered a morning hour to me. I'm not really sure if people might disagree with me on that, but yeah, in my opinion, 10 a.m. it's still considered a morning hour. Okay, I'm just going to stop talking about this since I'm really confused myself at this point. Okay, here's the TM for Giga Drain. I don't think I'm going to give this to any of my Pokemon. Okay, I'm going to put Torterra up first since it looks to me like I'm going to be facing Electric-type Pokemon. Okay, so back to the Pokemon Presents video. If we are going to see the possible reveal for the DLC for Scarlet and Violet, then maybe we might see a screenshot of Paradox Suicune and Paradox Virizion, since back at the Wayboard Cave I was talking about that, since I take it a lot of people may have seen screenshots of Suicune and Virizion possibly getting Paradox forms. So if they do announce the DLC for Scarlet and Violet, hopefully we get to witness something like that. The Paradox forms for both Suicune and Virizion. Okay, but we're going to have to wait until February 27th, which is only a few days away. Okay, moving on to something else. I was supposed to talk about this some time ago, back at the Wayward Cave, but I think talking about the possibility at Paradox, Suicune, and Virizion was a lot more interesting than what I wanted to say. Okay, so some time ago I was playing another fan-made game, and it was called Pokémon Unbound. I don't quite recall who made it, but whoever did make that game, well, yeah, I gotta give my thanks to you since, yeah, that is a pretty awesome game. Okay, I believe there are two modes to that game. I believe there's easy mode and hard mode, although I could be wrong about that actually. Oh, Leaf Storm? I'm not a kid anymore, and I know that Torterra's special attack stat isn't so hot, so I'm going to pass on Leaf Storm. Okay, so how I got it to run on my computer, well, I'm not really sure, actually. I mean, I think I spent at least like 1 to 2 hours trying to get the game to work on my computer, and somehow I got it to work. Okay, so obviously since it was my first time playing Pokemon Unbound, naturally I had to go with the easy mode since I didn't want to go with the hard mode right from the get-go since, well, if I did that then I don't know what I would be getting myself into. But still, even going with the easy mode, I guess it was still sort of hard. But I was able to take whatever the game had to throw at me. Just like in this current game that I'm playing. Yeah, this game is currently hard, but I don't think it's all that hard, and I'm able to take whatever the game has to throw at me. Okay, so as for the starters, I believe the starters consisted of Larvitar, Beldum, and Gibble. Well, since I'm a sucker for Tyranitar, naturally I had to go with Larvitar. But some tells me maybe I should have gone with Beldum since the first gym is grass, and obviously Larvitar struggles with grass-type Pokemon. Okay, I'm going to switch over to Torterra for this one, so that way I don't trigger Elekid's static, since I don't want Honchkrow to get paralyzed. Okay, so I did manage to catch a Pokemon before making it over to the first gym, and I believe I caught myself a Makuhita, with a good nature no less. My first intention was to maybe go with Zubat, but I did find out that you can get Togekiss in Pokemon Unbound, and yeah, I do like Togekiss a lot. I mean, don't get me wrong, Crobat is great, but I think Togekiss is a lot better thanks to Serene Grace. So yeah, I was willing to say no to Zubat so that way I can get Togekiss later on in the game. And yeah, Togekiss, it did kick a lot of ass for me in that game. But one thing that I didn't really enjoy in Pokemon Unbound was the massive amounts of requests that were in that game. Think of it as if you were playing Pokemon Legends Arceus, because yeah, it's just like that. Oh yes, I believe Pokemon Unbound had a few features from generations 4 and 8, well, most notably Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and that is the mining minigame. Yeah, I can't do the mining minigame in this game since I can't go underground on an emulator, so I guess the next best thing is to do it on a Game Boy Advance emulator. And I'll be honest, it feels sort of weird doing that since I don't think there's any other Pokemon game that has you do that mining minigame on Game Boy Advance. That minigame was featured in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum as well as Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, but still, it feels sort of weird doing the mining minigame in a game like that. Okay, and as for... Oh, hold on a second. This jogger here, yeah, I also have to wait till morning time to fight him, so I'm going to come back over here once it is morning time. Okay, looks like this person is going to also have 6 Pokemon, just like that other breeder. Well, it's only fitting that way since breeders do have a lot of Pokemon on them. You know, this breeder, as well as the other breeder I just fought, I don't know why, but these two breeders kind of remind me of those two breeders from Emerald 386. Yeah, you know, those two breeders on Route 117 near the Pokemon Daycare. Yeah, they had 6 Pokemon, and yeah, these two have 6 Pokemon here. So, yeah, that seems to me like it's a strange case of coincidence. Okay, so as for the requests in Pokemon Unbound, well, I can only do a lot of them to the point where I'll say, you know what, screw this, I'm not doing any more requests, I'm done. Yeah, that's the same thing that happened in Pokemon Legends Arceus because I was really overwhelming myself when it comes to doing all sorts of requests. As for the missions, yeah, they were mandatory. So in Pokemon Unbound, yeah, I only did a handful of requests. Well, some of them I wanted to do because I think I could get certain things from somebody if I do a certain amount of requests. So, yeah, I might as well do a few requests so that way I can cash in on some prizes. Okay, so as for the Generation 8 feature that I mentioned in Pokemon Unbound, it was max rate battles. Yeah, it's against Dynamax Pokemon. Something that I never expected to see in a Game Boy Advance game because, yeah, it's practically a Game Boy Advance. Pokemon Unbound, that is. So naturally, it was eventually getting harder when doing the max rate battles since, well, in Sword and Shield, yeah, naturally, when you progress further into the game, fighting Dynamax Pokemon, yeah, it does get hard because of those barriers. Oh, Nasty Pots. I am planning on giving Honchkrow Heat Wave later on in the game, so I'm going to say no to Nasty Plot, and besides, Honchkrow is more of a physical attacker, so yeah, I don't need Nasty Plot. Okay, I'm going to switch to Torterra since there is a possibility that the Budew that's coming out might have Poison Point as its ability, and if that's the case, then I don't want Honchkrow to get poisoned. So yeah, as for the Dynamax Pokemon that were in Pokemon Unbound, yeah, eventually I did struggle a lot when fighting them. Mostly because the partners I was with, the partners that the game provides you, they were absolutely useless. Okay, I take it that maybe you could also find Pokemon with their hidden abilities when doing Dynamax battles in Pokemon Unbound, but I don't quite remember since it's been a while since I last played Pokemon Unbound. Okay, yes, I do know this already since I registered my bike all the way back at the beginning of the game. Okay, I believe there is a hidden item over here. Oh, okay, I thought it was somewhere lower, but okay, I'll gladly take the revive over here. Okay, so over here we have the Hollow Tower. So if you're playing the original games, you would put the Odd Keystone in the Hollow Tower, and then you have to go underground and talk to 32 people, so that way Spiritomb will appear. But in a game like this, the minute I put the Odd Keystone in the Hollow Tower, I fight Spiritomb immediately. But I'm not going to do that right now since I don't have any Dusk Balls on me, and if I have Dusk Balls on me, then I guess catching Spiritomb will be a little bit easier since I believe Spiritomb has a catch rate of 100, so I just want to make it a little bit easier on myself. Okay, I knew there was a hidden item over here because it seemed pretty obvious. Oh yes, I'm also facing one other problem when it comes to fighting Spiritomb. I believe it has Curse as one of its moves, and that actually might complicate my decision. Okay, so yeah, I was going to buy some Dust Balls, so that way capturing Spiritomb will be a little bit easier. And Honchkrow has Nightshade here, which will no doubt put Spiritomb's HP in the yellow. But if it uses Curse, then it's going to kill itself with Curse. And yeah, that's going to deny me the opportunity to capture Spiritomb. So, okay, I guess maybe I'll save before capturing Spiritomb, and if Nightshade puts Spiritomb's HP in the yellow, which it will, and if Spiritomb uses Curse to kill itself, then I can just reset the game so that way I can have another shot at capturing Spiritomb. Because if I fail, then there's actually one other place in the game where I can get an Art Keystone, and no, it's not the Underground. It's actually in Twinleaf Town, believe it or not. But I need Surf in order to even get that other Art Keystone. Oh yeah, before you ask, it's a hidden item, just so you don't spend 10,000 hours wondering where the hell that other Odd Keystone is. So yeah, I don't want to wait that long, so yeah, I gotta be careful when battling Spiritomb, so that way I don't screw up and I have to wait some time in order to fight it again. Okay, I guess I'm going to go over to the left because there should be something there. Okay, now let me see if I can try and get up that mud slope. Alright, there we go. Okay, over here we have a Baneri, and what does it want? Okay, it wants a Citrus Berry. Okay, I should have one of those, so I'm just going to give my Citrus Berry to Baneri. Okay, it's delighted, and now Baneri is going to go on its way. Or should I say, Mew is going to go on its way. Oh yes, this is still leading to something. Okay, is there anything over here? What about down here? Oh, rare candy. Okay, I don't know if this rare candy was here in Platinum. In Diamond Pearl, well, I seriously doubt it. Okay, I did see a building before I ran into the Staravia. That building is the Lost Tower. That is the graveyard for this generation, along with the Pokemon Tower in Kanto, Mount Pyre in Hoenn, and the Celestial Tower in Unova, I believe it was called. I'm not going to go in there right now. I guess I'll go in there in the next video since I don't have a whole lot of HP left on my Pokemon. So, yeah, I just want to be sure that I'm healthy enough to go inside the Lost Tower. Okay, over here we have the TM for Steel Wing. I don't think I'm going to give this to any of my Pokemon. Okay, those two trainers over there walking around, yeah, I guess I'm going to gather sights so that way I don't get forced into a double battle. Okay, so it looks like I'm going to stop here for today. Next time we're going to wrap up Route 209 and enter Slaycian Town and hopefully take a look around. See you all next time.